The media became particularly one-sided in the final week of the campaign. The New York Times became particularly one-sided. They kept running at the top of their webpage for the previous week, what's at stake? And David Sanger, their chief foreign policy correspondent, said, what's at stake is having a foreign policy that Trump would just operate on whim, and Trump would not abide by any of the norms of American foreign policy. So that's a bad thing. American foreign policy has overall, since the Cold War, been a disaster. And so a normal person would think not following the norms of disastrous foreign policy would be a fantastic development. The New York Times read hardly any critical articles about Kamala Harris in the final week of the campaign. It's just objectively a terrible candidate. And then all the overheated rhetoric about Trump being a white supremacist, a fascist, and an authoritarian is particularly ludicrous. And I don't think it hurt Trump, right? There's absolutely no evidence that Tony Hinchcliffe, the insult comic, set Trump back among Puerto Rican voters and Latino voters. And this is probably the number one story in the news media over the past 10 days. It was the remarks of an insult comic, right, given 20 times the amount of attention that Joe Biden's comments calling Trump supporters garbage received.